the movie like spit out everything I tried on him. So so I really at a certain point, and sorry, you know, it's a very basic answer, I just took, I don't know, like 50 titles in my iTunes library and just tried them. You know, I tried them like one by one until I ended up hitting on the right note. And actually what gave me the right note was the Feelies song I used at the beginning when he arrives in Beirut, and I had no idea. I mean, you know, to me it came as a surprise. I mean, you know, the Feelies were just like one title in the list, and I would not really have bet on that title. And just all of a sudden it just clicked, and it just gave me the answer to what I was looking for, because what I was looking for really was not exactly specific music choices. It was more like what kind of music this movie needed. And ultimately, it needed something that was more rock and roll than anything I could have anticipated. And ultimately, that's more rock and roll than what I've used in any of my other films. So I don't know, it just came as a surprise. But from then on, you know, I had the right note, and I just tried to find the right tracks. And it was kind of interesting, but because I think it has to do with the drive of the music. And somehow it also has to do with the pop element, because the film is very long, and it needs constantly to burn energy, and so I don't know. It's just I had the sense that kind of music just propelled the film and kept it on its track.
Yeah, it totally worked for me. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
We're going to have time for one more question. For such a long movie, I want to be able to give you guys a long Q&A, but we have another audience waiting outside for the next show. So just another question, or maybe two. Yes, sir.
What attracted you to the Carlos stories enough to want to make a film about it?
Well, it's well, you know, it's you don't have that many opportunities to make movies about geopolitics. You know, what is extraordinary in the story of Carlos. It's on one side, it's the story of an individual, and it's an extraordinary story. It's this kind of bigger-than-life story. It's stuff that you wouldn't even dream of as a screenwriter. On one side, meaning, you know, there's a dark, complex, conflicted, and so on and so forth, but strong and interesting character in the center, which kind of puts together issues that have to do with, okay, the Cold War geopolitics and the connection of Western leftism with those geopolitics. And to me, it was simultaneously an opportunity to make the portrait of a generation. Because he is exceptional, but at the same time, he's representative of his generation. So, you know, I was extremely. I felt extremely lucky that no one had made this film before me.
One last quick question, and then we're going to have to go. Yes, sir.
Was there any kind of political pressure from any of the countries?
Oh yes, of course.
The story
Yes.
Yes.
No. It was well, you know, it won't come as a surprise that the Syrians were not so happy. So we had no support from the Syrians. It's well, it's. Because initially I thought I could get away with it, so we started casting in Damascus. I met a lot of actors, and I chose a couple of Syrian actors for some of the parts. Especially because that's where you find the better actors. I mean, I was not aware of it, but Damascus is the place where they make like the better TV series for the whole Arab world. So they have some kind of film culture. They don't make movies, but they make serious drama or something like that. So you have actors, and one of the guys I had cast gave an interview to the press. Saying something like, they offered me this part, which is going to give me some kind of, you know, international fame, but I'm going to turn it down because this is an anti-Syrian movie. And so all of a sudden, you know, it was just like all of the other guys who he had cast got terrified. I mean, because you know, it's I mean, Syria is, I mean, Syrian secret police is not a joke. I mean, so the guys are really scared. So we lost most of our Syrian cast. We kept two actually. One is the Rami, the guy who plays Joseph, sorry, the guy with the beard in the Uzbek commando, and we also kept the guy who plays the Iraqi chargé d'affaires, who happens to be not Syrian but Iraqi. He's an actual Iraqi. He was a star there, but of course, you know, there's few working opportunities right now in Baghdad for him. So he lives in exile in Damascus. And it's the only two guys we left that we kept from the Syrian cast, and for exactly the same reason, because there was one guy from Sudan whom we met in Damascus, and whom we cast also, but then he went back to Khartoum and he told the guys in Khartoum that the movie we were making was an anti-Syrian movie. So all of a sudden we lost also the Sudanese cast. So yeah, yes, it's been difficult.
Well, I'm very sorry to cut it off here, but I want to thank you.